the farm, well, I started out with Orchard View. I started out doing irrigation. I did that for one season, and then they took over in, I think it was March. So I did irrigation for a couple months, and then we went straight into harvest. And I was the assistant manager of a group that we planned out orchards, baby trees, the irrigation, the planting, where we were going to plant, all the spacing, the varieties, that kind of stuff. And so Mike kind of came onto the scene. Mike Omeg, I started working for him, doing more data analysis, experimental blocks, different varieties, stuff like that, different types of fruit, see what would grow in our area. Just random projects that would pop up that they just needed somebody that could go in and get a job done in a day. That was kind of what I did. So I did a little bit of everything. The irrigation district provides the water up to the orchard. So we planned from there on. So we planned, the spacing of the sprinklers, what sprinklers we were going to use, and then coming over into this where it's like, okay, we got to worry about the pressure to the turnout to the distribution point, and then we got to worry about getting the right pressure regulator in there and making sure it's set right so that we don't blow stuff up on, blow their irrigation system up, that kind of stuff. And then getting the information to the grower, because we have, you're only set, you can only run so much water at a time, and so getting that information to the grower in a way that's useful for them, so that they can properly irrigate their system and not blow up stuff because of something they're doing. If you're planning to put in a 5-acre block, you want to figure out what your tree spacing is to start with, because that's going to depend on, that's going to affect the size of sprinklers you're going to use. So you figure out the tree spacing you're going to do, whether you want to do drip irrigation or sprinklers. Drip irrigation is a big thing around here now. It preserves your water a lot. So a lot of the orchards around here do drip and sprinkler. So you're going to decide what you want to do with that, and then you're going to figure out, depending on the sprinkler size, you're going to want to figure out how many sprinklers you're going to put out. Filters are a big thing around here, so you got to figure out what filter you want to use. Depending on drip or sprinkler, what size sprinkler, you got to figure out your different size filter, and then you just lay it out. You figure out your pipe size, depending on the pressure you want, the friction loss you're going to get through the pipe, the length of the pipe, and then so math is a big part of that one. Like I said, you don't want to blow anything up, right? You want to conserve your water. You want to use your water to the best of its ability. You don't want to be watering something that doesn't need to be watered. That's why the drip is such a big thing around here now. Is you have X amount of water. You don't want to go over. You want to make sure that you can water through the whole season, and then you want to make sure that your water is actually useful to you. And big thing that we did at Orchard View was fertigation. Adding fertilizer into the irrigation, and drip was a big part of that because you're actually putting the fertilizer directly into the roots. So I would say why is just you want to use your water to your best ability. It's a natural resource. It's not going to, you don't want to run out of it, right? So but my biggest advice that I could give any young grower is find a mentor. Find somebody that's out there that's done the stuff, that can teach you. The old guys want to teach you. They want to see young people in farming. They don't want to see big giant corporations come in and take over the farm. So just find a mentor. And the other thing is, don't be afraid to get dirty, get your hands dirty, get out there, do all the jobs. That'll tell you if you really want to do it or not. So if you have a great time doing the stuff that you don't want to do, in agriculture, moving hand lines is a great example. Nobody likes doing that. So if you're out there and you can do that and still have a good time, go home and want to do it again the next day, then you're doing the right thing. But don't limit yourself to what your family did. That's something, my family, I'm 6 generations in cherries. My family homesteaded in 1864 and planted cherries right away. So growing up, I felt like that was what I had to grow cherries, and I wanted to grow cherries, but I had this wonderful opportunity to come along to work at the irrigation district, and it was a great decision. reinvigorated my want to be in agriculture. So there's other opportunities out there besides just growing what your family grew or that, you know. So don't limit yourself.